Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As y'all can tell by the title, you already know what type of video this is gonna be. This is a pretty serious type of video, so if you're a younger audience, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I take that back. Scratch that. Everybody needs to understand the signs of what being human trafficked or human trafficking is. A lot of little girls or people don't know what the signs are, and then unfortunately, they probably wouldn't have gotten away or wouldn't have found a different way out of that situation because they don't know the signs. This happened to me, I want to say November. Was it November? This was in 2019. I was going to a friend's house and actually scratched out. I was already at the friend's house because I already went there. And it was like, I want to say maybe 25 minutes away from my house, maybe 25, 30 minutes away. I got there from his house, from an Uber, and then we hung out, whatever. It's my friend, so, and it was time to leave. Pretty normal time, like we hung out with each other all the time. It was nothing weird or anything like that about that day, only except for the time when I was going to leave. I had taken an Uber there and I had planned on taking an Uber back, but he wanted to pay for my way to go back home. So he's kind of old school. He doesn't have Uber or Lyft or whatever it may be. He was just gonna call me a taxi. My first time actually riding alone in a taxi type deal. So yeah. So one red flag was that it took literally forever for this cab to come. It literally took like an hour and a half. We had to keep calling the taxi cab company, and all that. And we were having fun, so we weren't like as worried about it. But like, it was still like, I don't want to get home. The lady pulls up and, in her car or whatever. I, get in, he prepays for the fare because he tells her where I'm headed. Then we're driving, and like, honestly, as soon as I got in the car, I kind of got like a really bad vibe from this woman. It's just like, she just seemed so sketch. Like, whenever you just get somewhere and you just feel like it's a sketch situation. Yeah, that's the feeling I got when I was in the car. Knowing me, I was just like, maybe it's just my nerves waking up. Maybe, it's fine. She's fine. Maybe it's just me. So then I get in the car and we ended up driving maybe like 3 minutes. And whole time she's looking back at me and I'm just on my phone, texting my friend. And she's looking back at me and, all that. You okay? I'm like, okay, I'm fine or whatever. And then she says, the one that blew me over, completely turned me over. She was like, okay, so I'm going to stop really quick at a gas station to put air in this tire because it's saying I have low tire pressure or something like that. And I was like, that's a little bit odd, considering that like you do that while like a customer's in the car. It's like, well, maybe her tire really needs something. I just should have paid attention more. Okay, moral of the story. So she's driving into this sketch gas station. So whenever we drive into the first, because you have to take like a left. Was it a left? Yeah, you have to take a left to go into the gas station. Right as soon as we took a left and to turn in, there's this van that's just parked there with his headlights on. The car's on. He's just there. And there's two guys in the car. And it's kind of like a construction type van. It was white, pretty big, had like these big old lights on it and everything. And it was really hard to like make out the faces of the people that were in the car, but because of the headlights. But I could tell there was two silhouettes of men in the car. One on his phone and the other one, the driver was on his phone and the other one was just sitting there. Just sitting there randomly, you know what I mean? Not moving, not getting gas, just sitting there. And so she turns in and then she's like, you don't have air in this gas station. I'm just gonna go ahead and take you home. At this point, it's like, what are your intentions? Mind you, also, while she was saying this whole tire pressure story, I was looking at her odometer, where the speedometer is and where the indicators are and stuff, and I did not see a tire pressure indicator at all. So like there was nothing blinking, there was nothing on, there was nothing at all. So as soon as she pulls in and like she's like, oh, we don't need any more gas, and she leaves, I start texting my friend and I'm just like, hey girl, I think I'm in a sketch situation. Maybe it's me. And I'll put all the screenshots right here so y'all can see. Yeah, I was texting her like, I think this is a sketch situation. Could you meet me outside type thing? So while I'm texting my friend who actually lives with me, she's my roommate. And she was just like, Angie, just call me and talk to me about, you know, like you're coming, like meet me outside type thing, or like, you know, I'm on my way home, so that this person knows that I'm on my way home. I call her and I'm talking to her on the phone, and like it's kind of hard to talk because when you're in a situation, it's kind of like so surreal. Like you don't want to believe it's happening. And the entire time she's looking back at me texting on her phone, looking back at me texting on her phone, kind of like checking up to see if I'm like, if I caught on or anything like that. Like she just keeps like looking back at me. And she's like all like, I can describe her to a T. She's all like, she's wearing all black, which is kind of weird, like this black shawl or whatever. She's kind of all like this in her seat, scrunched up. It was weird. So I'm on the phone with her and 10 minutes had gone by. It would have been like 6 more minutes or 7 more minutes to get to my house. And so like if we had turned right, which we were about to do because we were at the stoplight, and as soon as we turn right, mind you, I say 6 minutes until we get to my house. Literally as soon as we turn, and she's texting this entire time. As soon as we turn right to go down the road, to head towards my house, that same van flies right past us. It was literally behind us, flies right past us. As soon as I turn to my left, I see the van and we're turning, so it goes right past us. And that's when I was like, what the hell? I'm shaking, literally terrified, praying that they've called it off or whatever it was, or if it was just my nerves that night. Literally, as soon as we get out, as soon as she reaches my house, I jump out the car and I run, because my best friend is right there, standing right there, and I like speed walk to her. She, you know, meets me outside and walks me inside the house. The cab sat there for a little bit, maybe like, I want to say 5 or 6 minutes. It was a really weird situation, but then like the back of my mind was like, Angelica, like what if it wasn't it? I knew like it was it. And it was the same van. It was the same van. The same big lights that were on the top. It was the same thing. I made mental notes and I knew that that was the same van and the 2 men were in there. I do feel like she probably got a little discouraged because I was in the back calling my friend, making sure that she knows I'm coming home. Now, I'm not shaming taxis or anything like that, but like I definitely from this experience will only be using Uber. And even with Uber and Lyft and stuff, situations like that can still happen. It's not promised that things like that won't happen. It's just life. You just have to be aware. You have to be aware of the signs, aware of your surroundings. If you feel like you are in any type of suspect situation where you feel like your life is at risk or something is not adding up, do not discourage yourself. If you have a feeling that you are in possible danger, call your friend. Tell them you're going home. If you want to be on the phone with them, do that. Do not ignore it. That's my advice for anyone today. Have your location on at all times. I have my location on for my group of friends that I have. If anything were to happen to me, they have my location. I always tell people where I'm going, especially when I was living by myself. And I definitely recommend you guys doing that as well. If you're going to hang out with anyone, if you're going to meet up with a person that you don't know, make sure that your friends have your location and they know who you're hanging out with. And so that could end up saving your life. All right, so we're coming to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for a video that's coming up. I'm going to be doing a try on haul for Fashion Nova. So I might either be doing a video on Friday or on Saturday. So everyone stay safe. We don't want anything to happen to you guys. Keep your hands washed. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe button before you leave. And I'll see you guys in the next one.